Turbulence. If you think it's dangerous, let me share some facts from my pilot husband to put you a little bit more at ease and share with you my 3 hacks that I use whenever I fly. As a self-proclaimed nervous flyer, I'm right there with you, but I can guarantee you no flight has ever crashed because of turbulence, and the pilots want to get down on the ground safely and get back to their families too. So here we go. I'm Andrea, that pilot wife lady, and I share all things travel so that you can travel well, travel light, and travel in non-turbulent style. So I wrote some things down that he had talked about to me just so I didn't forget and that I got them completely accurate. So I'm going to read a few of these things, but basically first, what is turbulence? So turbulent described would be the same thing as if you're going through bumpy waters on a boat. You are going through it in the air. Sometimes he said it can be forecasted turbulence, and then other times it was what they call the clear air turbulence, which is unforecasted. So the forecasted type of turbulence would be anytime the pilots go on a trip, they look up the forecast of where they're going so that they can be prepared for it. And it's the weather apps that they check into. Also, they have an app similar to like Waze or Apple Maps, where, you know, when you're driving down the road and you see maybe a hazard on the side, or if there's a speed check, you'll enter that into the Waze app so that drivers behind you will get that alert as well. Well, pilots kind of have the same thing. So if they fly through turbulence that maybe was unforecasted, they're going to put that in their app so that all of the other pilots flying that route that day can get that notice as well. Not great for the first flight of the day, but all those following, it can help them avoid it so that they can either change altitude or maybe go a little bit around that to make it a smoother flight for all of us passengers. And the second type he described to me was the clear air turbulence. And this is just unexplained. It's unexpected. It's not forecasted. It's not seen. So he's been flying for over 30 years and he has not been in it himself, but he's talked to a lot of his other pilot friends that have, and it's just unforeseen. So this is why when we get that announcement where it says, we don't expect any turbulence, we expect a smooth flight. However, when you're in your seat, keep your seatbelt fastened at all times as we may encounter unexpected turbulence. There's a reason for all those things that we hear on every single flight. The pilots are always seatbelted in, so it's always good. It's not always comfortable, but it's always a good idea because of that unexpected part of turbulence, just to keep us all safe. I should probably add in here that 1, planes are built for turbulence, and 2, pilots are trained for turbulence. It kind of puts you at ease a little bit more, or at least it does for me when I fly, because flying gets me to where I want to go. I don't really enjoy it, and especially the times we've gone into turbulence, it's unbearable for me. But I have come up with 3 tricks that I usually use besides squeezing the lifeblood out of my poor children's hands over the years, which I've also done that. But 3 tips to help calm myself during those bumpy rides. Okay, the first and foremost that I never forget on a flight is either my AirPods or my over-ear Bose headsets. Battery, depending on the length of the flight, I don't ever want my batteries to run out. Or if I have to charge one, I have another one as a backup for the long haul flights. This is so I can either listen to my audiobook and get lost in a book when things get bumpy, or I put on my yoga music or a new song that I like to listen to on repeat. It distracts our brain, so there's science behind it, to where I'm not totally focused on the plane being like a trampoline. The other thing I use is I go back to grade school and I color. So these, I just got a new batch, but these are postcards, especially since it's fall. Stars follow. Gilmore Girlfriends, you know what I'm talking about. Colored pencils, I don't always take the whole batch, and then I'll tear out a postcard or two and bring it with me and just color while I'm listening to my audiobook or a song, and it does help. If you are a breather, a meditator, also having your meditation app and listening to that has been very helpful, where you would take a deep breath in for 4 count, hold it for 4, let it out for 4. Again, distracts our brain. And the third idea would be, I always carry a notebook because I like pen and paper sometimes and not everything digital. But I got this tip from Travel Tips by Lori, and she writes with her non-dominant hand. So for me, that would be just sitting there writing maybe for my blog or for my newsletter, and just writing stuff down with my right hand. Kind of distracts. I got to concentrate more versus focusing again on the turbulence. Do you have another trick that you use for turbulence? If so, please drop it in the comments so that we can all learn from it and maybe add it into our own personal item bags for the next time we fly and might run into turbulence. Listening, coloring, writing, 3 quick and easy ways to help you distract yourself from the turbulence until you get down on the ground safely. I'm YouTubing here to help you travel well, travel light, and travel in non-turbulent style. So hit the subscribe button and you'll get notified each week when I post new long videos to help you travel. Happy travels! Do you use something so that we can all share happy travels?